Okay, right. Posted the link. Right. So, very good morning. So, welcome to this weekend current affairs. So, anything again, as usual, question? Any doubts? We started joining online. Okay. So, so everybody is of the assumption that the COVID over, but certain things are haunting us. Okay. Now is more of a mental torture. Okay. Previously, it's the physical, of course, as well as the mental. Now it is more. So whatever happened, is it because of? Is it because of? Isn't it? Especially those who are taken 3 doses, they are feeling a lot. Okay, second dose itself has an impact. So at last, okay, AstraZeneca, which administered this COVID shield, came up with perhaps the truth or the fact now, though belatedly, that it will have the negative side effects. Anyhow, one fact is that what is allopathy, the medicines which are taking, one form or the another, if the dosage cross the limits, okay, it will have the side effects, right? Even continuous usage of it will have the side effects. But the thing is that, or the truth is also that every company will inform us what are the positive, what are the negative aspects. Though we will not read all those things, okay, they will disclose everything. These are the things. They are the precautions. These are the things. But in the COVID scenario, when that has not happened, right? And of course, everybody is in a hurry to take it. You'll find the queues, everything, right? All the issues, okay, the horrible issues, even to recollect certain things. Even the doubts are still there, whether it is created or a man, okay, that is a man-made, or a natural phenomenon. Because unfortunately, we have the health mafia, apart from others. Okay, so is it be behind? These doubts are also there. Apart from is it China is behind? Keeping those questions aside, now that we developed the vaccine, the first we developed and supplied to the entire world, right? Not only in India, even supplied at the free of cost or vaccine diplomacy. Now everywhere else, the big question, the credibility crisis right now, the very India is facing vis-a-vis with that. So they said it will cause the rare side effects. So perhaps they use the word very cautiously. Okay. For that word, rare, rare. Okay, it won't be there for everybody, but almost all. It may lead to the heart attacks, strokes, blood clots, and recollecting all the things. Whoever taken second, third doses, right? Even the youngsters died with the heart strokes. The big question mark. Even those who don't have any severe crises, okay, either financial or otherwise, the problems, even the persons with the cool, right? So recollecting now, already few are on the queue now to file a case against AstraZeneca and others, right? The compensation has to be given now, okay? So what it will do is a bigger question mark now. So if you look at the side effect, that's what it announced. Okay, when you say this rare side effect, the effect that is the TTS they called it, right? Thrombosis with thrombocytopenia syndrome. Maybe for the competitive point of view, this is required, and later you may get in detail in the science and technology class. Okay, so what is this TTS about? Okay, so finally, when the company itself admitted, yes, definitely the lawsuit it will lead to. So to make it very clear, it's a blood clots are there, low platelet count now. Okay, there's a major thing will affect this, and affected areas: brain, abdomen, lungs also. Okay, the main part is concerned, and for that you will face a breathing difficulty, the chest problems, abdominal pains, and leg swelling also. So for a few days onwards, when we ourselves facing and sir is facing, so suddenly we got the doubt: is it because of this? Right? Before that, we are perfectly all right. Now why so suddenly? Okay, we are not able to stand continuously, not able to sit. We don't know will it have the impact on this. And though they are saying extremely rare, but it is very serious. It's rare, no doubt, but person who will get affected is very serious. So when you say this, yes, you have the benefits, you have the negative impacts. When you are weighing this, what is an issue? Plus, already the few people suffered with that. So, what sort of the issues we have to take into? So, anyhow, that we'll leave it in the course of time to it. Okay, and yeah, no, this is all right. Okay, so how the company will tackle it in the court of law is very important. Can we consider it as a negligent act? Hmm? Can we consider it as a negligent act? Negligent on the part of the manufacturers, on the part of the superintendent authority, regulating authorities, say the government, even including WHO. Now, if that be the case, what sort of thing we have to do this? Recently, Supreme Court, in a different case, talked about this medical negligence and invoked the doctrine called as eggshell skull rule. Maybe this is an important in this context to recollect. It is concerned. This eggshell skull rule, just last week only, the Supreme Court invoked in a medical negligence case, though it has nothing to do with this issue. But I feel that it is relevant for you to know all the things. So whoever wish to file a case, okay, has to be done, right? Definitely may not be lakhs, okay? Hundreds of cases will be filed shortly by one or the another. And as the Supreme Court recently invoked this concept, so this holds very clear that the injurer, okay, liable for damages that exceed the amount that would normally be expected to occur. That what the meaning it says is, just for I will read it again. The injurer liable for damages that exceeded the amount that would normally be expected to occur. What it means? Okay. For example, you made a minor, say, accident. Okay. Somebody got hit, right? Say, take for example that other person age is around 20s, or you hit a persons like me, so we are the age of 50. Is there a difference or not? Right? Definitely, the thing is that. Then how much cost it will incur? Right? You are ready to pay because it is you who caused an accident. Assume the 5,000 is a medical bill. You said, Arre Baba, 5,000, I will give the 10,000. Happy. So from your part, you have done justice. Expecting, even you have given more. But it so happened, when the being to the hospital and then hospital by the time it discharged, it costs, assume it, around 20,000. It exceeded your expectation. Now who is liable for remaining 10,000? Or it cost you, if the people like the older people, something else happen, it may cost you a lakh. Okay. No doubt initially you paid it, whatever be expected. But it so happens that, right, it exceeded. Then who is liable? So whoever caused an accident, this rule says he has to bear. You can't shy away from this? No. So this is what actual skull rule. The recently the Supreme Court invoked in a medical negligence issue. You have to, okay, bear the consequence. Of course, whenever the law, the conditions apply, because the relevancy related is concerned, because the defendant liable for everything unforceable and uncommon reactions as well, right? In the case of it. So, court clearly says when a hidden condition is revealed, this will be applied. When negligence triggers a previously treated condition, okay, already previously treated, now this, because of this, that also get affected. Even this rule can be applied. And wrongdoers' actions aggravated known pre-existing conditions that have not yet received medical attention. Even that will be when the defendant accelerates an inevitable outcome. So, like this, even the court has the four parameters is kept, and those you need not required for this is very much relevant now. So, what the regulating authorities are doing? Okay, why they have given the certificates? What is inside the certificate now? A transparency required, including the World Health Organization need to address this issue. And another Supreme Court law, when you say that liability, whether you have done deliberately or not, because of you, the thing happened. You are liable. It's called the strict liability. Okay, you are liable for that. For the example, the building is getting constructed, suddenly it collapsed. Okay, who is liable? Okay, building owner, architecture, right? Everybody. Though no fault of them, some other reason perhaps. Okay. So when it comes to the damages, the compensation that you are giving, and long back Supreme Court talked about exemplary damages. Okay. So exemplary damages. When is exemplary, For example, the person, right, recently the parents submit this and they are ready to file a case because their daughter died. Now she is no more. What is the position? At least if the person is surviving, yes, you can bear the cost and everything. What about that? Because of it. So it has to be paid more, not less. And similar case is facing this, what is that organization? Johnson and Johnson, right, in America. Recently, it looks like that has to pay more compensation. How much it is? Johnson Group regarding, right, that baby powder, Johnson baby powder, and the allegation is that that will lead to the cancer. And now company recently ready to pay 542 billions rupees in our rupee terms. In dollar terms, $6.48 billion to settle all the lawsuits. Okay. So that's what the exemplary damages is all about. You can't, because of you something happened, you can't shove away. Okay. So law will always will follow you. Okay. If not today, tomorrow you are liable for that. You are responsible for your do's and don'ts, your omissions and commissions. Maybe taken excuses because of so and so, so and so. Because in every law there is an exemption is there. Okay. But this sort of things you have to pay the damages. Now you can't get back the person. You can't get back the health as it is. But you have to pay the compensation. If that's proved because of this, the side effect that happened. Okay. So keep in mind those aspects as well. Okay. Any doubt on this? Anyhow, when the China issue arises, we don't know why China is creating all sort of nuisance, nonsense, irritations. Okay. And as Chinese vision, perhaps every day morning, once we got up, right? Morning warning. So what China did, the good or the bad, okay, happened is concerned. And India wise, it always irritating us in a way. Now it is coming up, right? The India condemned the Chinese illegal infra development in Shang Valley. Okay, so we lodged a strong protest on this one. So this Shangam Valley is also called as the Trans Karakoram Tract. Okay, anybody can understand where it is? Are you aware of it? Where that is? Hmm? So if you look at the map, this is right, all the Jammu and Kashmir. So at the time of India's independent, everybody knows, right? It is independent also. Then king, who? Har Singh, wanted to be an independent, not join with either whom? Either with India or with Pakistan. That is the history. But it so happened that Pakistan, keeping the Muslim population, tried to occupy it. So this, right, POK, occupied. Then the Arsing thought very difficult to fight against this because they are supported by few British generals. Then this Gilgit Baltistan, GB we called, though here the word Pakistan occupied, in reality it's not occupied. Then Gilgit Baltistani king, okay, who is under the emperor of Har Singh. with the convenience of then few British generals, joined Gilgit-Baltistan with Pakistan. But Pakistan want entire Kashmir and asked them to wait. So officially it was not merged, isn't it? So by 48, when Har Singh signed a treaty of accession with India, okay, joined this entire Kashmir, because he is an emperor, now technically became part of India. But already some part was occupied. So we send our army against Pakistan. Then India-Pakistani war 1948 started. Then UN intervened. So United Nations convinced both the countries to stop the war and stay wherever you are. Okay, status quo. And for a few years, UN force also there. That border, right? What we called as line of, this is right. What you call LOC, line of control. Okay, so this is all the line of control. Okay, the part. Okay, this is how it will goes on. The line of control. Then fast forward 1962. Sorry, 1959. The Tibet was occupied by China. So now China became the neighbor of India as well as the Pakistan. Why? Because Pakistan is, because this is nearby in a way. This is the Xinjiang province of China. States in China are called as provinces. Okay. And if they have this, because this is all hilly area, to even access to these areas, going by this is required. So this is the Sangam Valley. And in 1963, after 1962 war in a way, right? India-China war, Pakistan has handed over this land to, this is a part of Gilgit-Baltistan, handed over to China, ceded to China. తెలుగులో అంటాం అత్త సొమ్ముని అల్లుడు దానం చేశాడని, అవునా? So it's not yours, you yourself occupied, now you have given to this another person. So technically speaking, China can do everything because officially it got it. Okay, and the Karakoram highway already there and linked with this, and China is happily doing this. Now it is more doing more activity, because here this the Siachen glacier, which is under Indian control, and both Pakistan and China have an eye on this. Come what may, we need to occupy. Already in 1962, right? This Aksachin area was occupied. Okay, and this Demchok here is under occupation, and some part of Arunachal Pradesh also under this occupation. And it won't want to give. Because of it, it has a direct access now, right? No need to do anything else. And if it is under control, there's complete snow and everything is concerned, it will, they want to have the complete control over it. So Pakistan wanted to occupy Siachen glacier as well as the thing is concerned. So what is going to be happen, isn't it? So if we look at overall the India map is concerned, right? This is the valley. These are all different roads right now, and we also made it different points on this. Okay, you're right, they wanted to make all the things. When Arunachal Pradesh, when we make the roads, China objecting, Simple reason is Arunachal Pradesh is ours. China feel that. And they call Arunachal Pradesh as, what's the name they gave? Of course, they renamed number of villages also there's in the Chinese names. But mainly Arunachal Pradesh, they called it as, last class we discussed, South Tibet. They called it as the South Tibet. Okay. Whenever and reports refer to this one. Even when our defense minister visited, prime minister visited, foreign dignitaries visited, immediately China is to protest because there's a disputed. That's what China considered. For us, nothing. Now, either Gilgit Baltistan or this Sangam Valley, POK, all these are disputed. Technically, it's ours. You are under Kabja now. So you have to return. And not only that, China is not a new thing that China is doing it in a way. Already from the Xinjiang province, through this, you have a road laid it. What is that? CPEC, right? China, Pakistan Economic Corridor. Starting from where to where? What is the name of the place starting in China? Xinjiang is the province names, like Telangana. In Telangana, where? It is, okay? Kashgar. Okay? Number of exams, even in some TSPSC, they asked, I didn't remember which other thing is concerned. Kashgar, Kashgr. Kashgar to Gwadwar. Gwadwar is the port in Pakistan. Okay? Those who are not aware, make that one, right? Kashgar. That is in Xinjiang province. And here, the Gwadwar port. This is Baluchistan province of Pakistan. Even Pakistan, states are called as provinces. Okay, with the same name. So we also objected that. Not that Sangam Valley Road is now India is getting upset. CPEC, which is a part of BRI, Belt and Road Initiative, is a Chinese flagship connectivity program. And CPEC we objected. What is the main reason? It's a sovereign issue. It's passing through Indian territory. No doubt it's under Pakistan illegal occupation. As China also considered it as a disputed. So you only accept it as a disputed, then how is that you are doing this? So whenever China, whatever doing, but in spite of India's objection, China is going ahead. Okay. So from 2020 onwards, you'll say there's the Galwan Valley issues, this and that, okay, in this line of actual control, movements of Chinese troops coming inside, then here and there constructing the villages on the borders. So China became the great irritant for India. So instead of going ahead, the peace and tranquility, the reverse is happening. Some sort of unrest prevail over the borders. So we have to wait and see how it is going to be addressed. And this is the first time, right? Again, after a long time, this issue arises. So any doubt on this? So what is the official border name? India and China? McMahon. India and Pakistan? Radcliffe. That's what de jure. De facto is LAC is regarding India, China, India, Pakistan. India, China. Line of actual control. Line of control, India, Pakistan. Okay. That's only relating to here. Nothing to do here. Okay. Here everything, the border regarding Rajasthan, Punjab, everything was clearly demarcated. We don't have any problem. Only Sir Creek Island. Okay. There's another problematic area if at all. Then, after that, the another issue coming up is the first phase of illegal immigrants deported completed in deportation completed in Manipur. What is the deport sending back? So any other country person going to another country required a valid passport and visa. Otherwise, it won't be permitted. But without that, because of various reasons, the people are coming in and settling in that country, staying in that country illegally. So the nations will take steps towards that, sending back. And from Myanmar, generally, who are they coming to India? Will general Myanmari people will come? What is the name? Rohingyas. Good. It is the Rohingyas. Who are the Rohingyas? Huh? Most of them are Rohingyas, right? When you are saying us. Huh? They are coming from Myanmar. When this Myanmar are the Rohingyas. Anywhere else, Bangladesh. So from Bangladesh you have Sri Lanka, right? The few illegally is coming. Pakistan coming, Afghanistan also there. So how that and staying nearby issues. So recently, because of the Manipur faced a severe problem, law and order issues as well, virtually is burnt. Then thought of addressing, is it the involvement of the outsiders too? So first of all, let us do away. So a process of deportation started, sending back. Okay. So once then initiated, then it will have the repercussions elsewhere too. And there's a demand for deportation from other states also, especially like Assam. Number of illegal migrants came from Bangladesh. And recently CAA wanted to address that issue in a different way. CAA means Citizenship Amendment Act 2019. It granted citizenship to few illegal immigrants, but not everyone. Coming from these three countries, Bangladesh, Pakistan, Afghanistan, and six communities. Number of time we discussed. What are the six communities? Hindus, Buddhists, Jains, Sikh, Parsi, and Christians. Okay, those six communities. And who are the main excluded? Not given Muslim. Muslims are majority. Now, big question mark. What are the Muslims? You are not granted citizenship. Are they going to permit them to stay in India illegally, or you are going to deport? And every possibilities of deportation. Okay, so this is a concern for them is that once the process started, it will not stop. Hitherto, it has not happened. So it has long-term consequences as well. So India is not a signatory of any refugee convention. So for that purpose, we can do so. Keep in view our concern, mainly security concern, isn't it? So grant or no grant become, and it has a lot of this concern, though initiated with 77. Here, the recent on statement of the President of America vis-a-vis with India, China, as well as Japan, he said is these countries are suffering with xenophobia. Okay. So, is it right? Xenophobia means you are getting feared. You are feared of somebody who came from outside, other countries. Okay. It may be based on race, religion, or other criteria. If those people comes, will be scared. So America feel that nothing like this. So the number of Indians are in America, for example. So America is getting lot of benefit more than India getting benefit. Chinese are there. They are getting more benefit rather than. So how you are using this foreigners settled in the country is more important. Okay. Of course, legality, illegality will come into fore. Whenever use the word immigrants, right? Then they are the legally came and residing there, either for the job purpose or for education purpose, something else. The moment you use the word refugee, okay, they are not legal. They are illegal. Okay. Then of course there are other illegal migrants came to country without valid passport visas. So as the term is that advisable to know what it means because number of phobias are there. Okay. Now and then appearing in the exams, even exam phobias. So what all it means. Okay. Fear of fear. Okay. Fear of water, all the things, right? When the things is concerned, even fear of other human beings, fear of darkness, okay, or fear of light, everything is there. So for the stock GK, advisable to go through those things. Then back to another issue, because now that reservation issue is daunting in the elections. Opposition is alleging if the BJP come to power, they may undo the reservations, which the BJP is denying, but only insisting is that no reservation on the basis of religion. Okay, because existing reservations are on the basis of caste. Okay, all SC, ST, OBC based on the caste. Only new criteria came up, EWS, economic criteria, and that is not meant for any particular caste, race, religion, sex, etc. It's for everyone. So we don't want, already country get divided on the basis of religion. We don't want to further division or anything else. So like this, the different versions are going on. So a coincidence, the Supreme Court delivered a judgment. There are the few reserved candidates, but still they are not availing the benefits. For example, OBC. There is a concept called creamy layer. So once you are above, for example, your annual income is 8 lakhs plus, or you are already the group 1 officer plus, you not avail the benefits. Then will they considered as an OBC or general category? Similarly, there are the few SCs and STs. Voluntarily, they are not availing benefits, though they can. Are already be developed. Let others, maybe minor people. There are the few. Even I know this number. They are not availing benefits at all. So, will they come under what category? Will they? They have to mention there that we belong to OBC. OBC, the moment you mention, you have to submit the card. They said, we don't want avail. We don't want disclose. Then what's the need for that? So, keeping that in mind, the Supreme Court said they will come under general category. They have to be, they should be treated as a general category. Okay. So this is a latest edition of this one. So which article of the Constitution is providing reservations and for employment and education? Recently in the SSC Staff Select Commission, they asked this question. So you have to be very specific. Article 15, 16 dealing with no discrimination. Okay, on the basis of race, religion, caste, etc., etc. regarding access to public places, including education institutions. 16 specifically talking about employment opportunities. But at the same time, 15.4, 16 clause 4, these two initially was added by very first constitutional amendment, provide reservation for these SC, ST, BCs in a way. That is socially, educationally backward classes. They use the word E stands for educationally backward classes. Later, 6 was added, 15.6, 6, that is relating to, this is EWS, economically weaker sections. So sometimes, right, to make it tough for you, they may ask you the specific section. Okay, advisable to do that. Similarly, now this OBCs or SC, ST, they are not availing the benefits. One of the reason is, compulsive reason is creamy layer. So what is meaning of creamy layer? Okay, even advisable to know the meaning. Creamy layer. This is the concept made by the Supreme Court in this famous Mandal Commission case when they are giving 27% reservation to OBCs. That is denying the benefits of reservation, the fruits of reservation to the already developed, already benefited people. Okay, let the fruits reach to the lowest of the low. Okay, and the part. For now, they were mentioned, right? 15, 16. Good. Then, so those aspects you can keep in mind. Then another, because the Supreme Court judgment is about to come now regarding Article 39, even that become an election issue, distribution of wealth and income to everyone. And last time, right, when advisable to quickly recollect this 39B, which now they are discussing, which is a part of directive principles of state policy. So it places the obligation on the state to create a policy towards securing ownership and control of the material resources of the community that are so distributed as best to serve the common good. So here there implies that when the community, material resources of the community, is it only government resources or private resources also? That's what the major issue before the court. So let us wait and see all arguments over. Now they reserve the judgment towards us. In this process, another article also come into the fore. So I thought of making this is concerned, because right to property once upon a time is a fundamental right, right? So now that 9-judge bench is looking into, and quick recollection of the cases, because last time we have not dealt with. So in 1977 itself, Ranganath Reddy case clarified that material resources of the community do not include private property. They said very clearly, do not include private property. But in 1983, in Sanjay Kok judgment, Iyer ignoring it was a minority view. So they changed the version. Again in 1997, when the issue came up, they feel that it is the 9-bench judgment is required. So from then onwards, this case is going on, and finally the hearing is over, judgment is about to be. But here the difference in between, what changes happened? Right to property were deleted from fundamental rights. When 1978, by which constitutional amendment? What, my dears? 44th constitutional amendment, 1940, 1978. 44th, 1978. The deleted right to property from fundamental rights. It is still in the Constitution as a legal right. That means government can take away your property for public purpose. You can go to the court only for more compensation or more time. You can't deny it. That means in one form or the other, government can take away. That's it. So a change of law, okay, made it now obligation, the courts, because our Indian judiciary follow what we call not due process of law, but procedure established by law. According to law, everything governing process should be. If it is not, then court can declare it as null and void, according to the letter of the constitution. That is what procedure established by law. Due process means even if it is against the spirit, it can strike it off. So before Keshwanda Partha case, before Maneka Gandhi case, it's a adhere to the procedure established by law. After that, the concept of spirit came. So we combined both now procedure established by law, the due process of law. Okay. So we have the judicial activism. That. So these are the reasons. So from that onwards is going on. Now in the last few days, there's another issue arises because 31 is right to property. But is it Article 31 is existing or not now? Fundamental rights from 12 to 35. Right? Last 29 and 30 is cultural educational rights. 32 is constitutional remedies. In between 31 missing. That is nothing but right to property. Now my question is, right to property deleted from fundamental rights. And now under Article 300A as legal right. Okay. Now the specific question is that Article 31 existing or not? Have you ever tried to read the bare articles? Looking into? Okay. Now, the other day, this issue also come up. 31, not as it is, but 31C is there. Okay. 31C. This was added later, 1971, by 25th Constitutional Amendment. So when the bank nationalization case issue arises, to counter that, the Parliament has taken these steps. So whenever Supreme Court delivered judgment, to override the judgment, they used to make certain things. Even Golaknath case, for example, they said Parliament has no right to amend the Constitution. So 24th Amendment was specifically made to overcome the thing and specifically use the word Parliament has every power to amend any provision of the Constitution. That's how it was overridden, right? Then, of course, later Supreme Court interpreted, yes, it can, but without affecting the basic structure. Okay. So whenever then, even recently, election commission issue. Okay, selection commission should be consisting of Prime Minister, Leader of Opposition, and CJA. To override that, Parliament again made a law. So they kept CJA aside and kept this another minister appointed by Prime Minister. So like this, they will go on change certain things, and accordingly, when the bank nationalization issue arises, in this case, so court invalidated the government nationalized bank. Okay, all this issue to override that it was done. So 39, that what is shield laws that implement the principles specified in 39B and C, ensuring that issue is there, right? So on the grounds of Article 14 and 19, you cannot strike it off. So what actually now the problem is that legal revisions is going on, and the Minerva Mills case impact is there. Now present revision is mainly related to the issue. Supreme Court is also looking into this now. Number of changes were made to 31C right now. No doubt. So, if that be the case, what is the fate of that article also? That is touching fundamental rights. Question is about directive principles of state policy. So, how Supreme Court will blend. So, in the ending last but 1 days, there's a discussion on this. Anyhow, the judgment will come, and closely observe this. After that, we'll discuss again. Then the other day, Article 361, again in the news, the Bengal governor conduct was in question. So there's an allegation against him, different sort of harassments, including sexual harassments. Now, can they arrest the governor? Like no Kejriwal, as the CM get arrested. Can they do? Okay, two posts are exempted: the President of India, governor. When they are in office, you can't. Neither civil nor criminal cases can be instituted against them. If at all civil, with prior permissions. Even the criminal cases, you can't institute while they are in office. So Article 361 is providing protection for them. CM, PM will not come under. They can. Only these two constitutional positions. Being the first citizen of the country, first citizen of the state, they have this privilege, and remember this Article 361. So it grants immunity to both the president as well as the governor, as they are not answerable to any court for exercise and performance of powers and duties on this. And no criminal proceedings can be initiated or continued against them. So now we have to wait and see how the political turns will take. Then one more, the constitutional issue, and very much the party is concerned. So Safia, she invoked his concept called secular equality. So she wanted to follow a secular law. Is that existing now? Nothing, right? So you are of, as per our secularism, or as per Article 25, you have freedom. Every individual has the freedom to profess, practice, and propagate any religion of your choice. Right? I don't want to believe any religion, whom we call atheist. Okay, theist, a believer. Atheist. I can. Right? Even I can be a pantheist. Consider nature as a god. That's it. So you have that freedom. Now the question is, why should I change my religion? I will be in that religion, but I will follow secular. Why should I, so being an Hindu, is it essential that I should follow, adhere to the Hindus' norms? Being a Muslim, is it essential to adhere to our norms? I will continue as a Hindu, I will continue as a Muslim, I will continue Christianity, but I will follow the secular. Because you have the practice, right? The one of the concept is that you have the freedom to profess. Profess means you can declare any religion. You can practice. Practice is nothing but certain customs, traditions associated with that, and propagate. If that be the case, why should I first declare that I will not belong to? Okay? She came up with the case, I'm Muslim, I want to be in Islam, but I will not follow Islamic rules. Okay? I will follow a secular part. Is it be possible? Is there now the big legal question before? And I just recollected a case in Chennai. One teacher struggled, I think, more than 8 years, finally got a certificate from MRO, right, Revenue authorities, no caste certificate. Okay? Why should I declare myself belong to? I am a Hindu, no doubt, but why should I declare my caste? Who are you? When I am not availing any benefits, why should I? Isn't it? Now even Supreme Court upheld. Those who are not availing reservations, they can be treated general category. So what's the need for that? And finally, her struggle made it no cassette. Now you can, right? Simply take that certificate. Now, if the Safia struggle, right? Always the initiators are limited, okay? Minimum. We have to find out that. If that be the case, if the people are opting, so no need for any concern of UCC, right? Universal Common Code. Now we are talking about. Recently, one state already came up. What is that state? Common Civil Code was implemented in which state? Goa is existing for a long time in a different format. Hmm? Recently, last time we said no. Hmm? That become now model for all the states. Yeah, Aparna mentioned Uttarakhand. Okay. That's still existing from long time, right? Goa is existing, but in different way. Now recently come up, and last class we discussed the President of India also gave her assent to that. So when the governor reserved the bill for the president. So who knows finally how the Supreme Court now will interpret. If that be the case, it really an appreciable trend, right? Whoever voluntarily they can do so. Okay. So so let us see how it will be done. Then so here the environmentalist got a green Oscar award for grassroots conservation of the greater adjacent stock. Okay, you are the backside you are saying. So certain things are extinct and made an effort. So Dr. Purnima Devi of Assam, with an effort, they are able to the Green Oscar Award. Okay. This Green Oscar Award was given by whom? Is the same Oscar Foundation? Nothing to do with that. Whiteley Gold Award. Presented by Whiteley Fund for Nature, WFN. WFN. Whiteley Fund for Nature. WHTLEY. Whiteley. So when she put an effort, it's hardly 450 birds. Now it is 1800 plus. So that is the efforts of Dr. Purnima. This green Oscar they called is also called Whiteley Gold Award. It means the both the same. And she's in the process of conserving this endangered greater adjunct stork. Locally, it is called as Hargila. Local name for this is Hargila. 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 Okay. Then another environmentalist who got Alok Shukla, he wins this Gold Man Environmental Prize of 2024. So he belonged to the Chhattisgarh Bachao Andolan and founding member of HASDO Aranya Bachao Sangathan Samiti, all these things is concerned. So for his efforts to save forests of Asdio Aranya in Chhattisgarh. So almost all is also instrumental in saving 4,45,000 acres of biodiversity rich forests from these 21 planned coal mines in central Indian state. Okay? So government cancelled because of his effort 21 proposed coal mines in that area. So this Goldman Environmental Prize is awarded by Goldman Environmental Foundation. That itself is the thing is concerned. Founded by Richard Ronda way back 1989. So whoever putting their efforts, the thing. So now that environmental issues become very crucial, advisable to go through it. Okay. Then regarding sports, the chess, you have the new Grandmaster title to Vaishali. So she is the third Indian female Grandmaster after Koneru Hampi and Harika Dronavalli. And of course, her brother is already Grandmaster. Who? Pragnananda, the first ever brother sister duo now. So both the brother sisters, they are earning into the Grandmaster title. Then one more thing in the sports, Yuvraj Singh named ICC Men's T20 World Cup ambassador because these ambassadors important in recent exams. They are posing different ambassadors' names. So even Dhoni was made an ambassador recently by the French car maker Citroën. Then Sanjana Sangvi for Space India. Okay. Then Neeraj Chopra for Eveready. All these things, right? The few things you may wear because we don't know what sort of questions are appearing in recent years. Some crazy issue. This is also another crazy. India Today group AI anchor. Okay, artificial intelligence anchors. They too now getting the competition among them. So Sana wins the Global Media Award. Huh? Yeah. Then another crazy news: a 60-year-old Argentinian wins Miss Universe title. Okay, so uh, so not looking like 60. So sweet 16 it is rather than 60 you're talking about. Okay, so another the crazy in a way. Okay, so she's a lawyer by profession, and she competed between the age of the contestants, right, from 18 to 73 years. Okay, she's 60 only. Even there are the few who contested, so we have to say kudos for them. So age doesn't matter. Then another general thing may be aware is India is about to host Antarctic Treaty Consultative Meeting. This is going to take place the 20th to 30th May in Kochi, Kerala. So after this, we'll discuss in detail what things. So in between, go through the information. So from way back, this treaty was signed in 59, and India made an adventure. So what are our permanent stations in Antarctica? Initially, Dakshin Gangotri, even on that name, we have the movies also. Then Maitri, right? So recently, India initiated speed post also there. Post office also we have in Antarctica. So, but all the activities, whatever the countries are doing, should be adhered to certain environmental norms. So, regarding this, it will be that. So, we watch this and after that we'll discuss. Then DRDO successfully test fired the smart missile system for Indian Navy. So, smart implies supersonic missile assisted release of torpedo. Supersonic missile assisted release of torpedo system. As usually from Orissa, what is that point called? ABJ Abdul Kalam point. So it's a next gen missiles based lightweight torpedo delivery system. Of course, designed by and developed by the DRDO. So it's more of anti-submarine warfare capability. The main purpose to enhance anti-submarine warfare capabilities. So for Indian Navy, it is going to be more useful for this. So it's called the canister-based missile system. So when you use the word canister, it's ready in package. It can be transported everywhere and can be used everywhere. So it can travel up to 643 km with a range of 20 kilometers. Then another Ishan project. So as part of one nation, one airspace also now. Instead of right now we have the four, okay. Make it as single now. So Indian single sky harmonized air traffic management. So they want to make it as one, all the four as one now. Then of course China too launching Chang'e 6 lunar probe. Of course, it's not a new thing for China, but specialty is that Pakistan is said to make history, right? Now, its lunar mission is launched by this Chang'e 6. And Pakistani's lunar mission is called as IQQ. So, it is through Chang'e 6 lunar probe is getting launched. So, what is IQQ? What is Chang'e in? So, for that purpose, advisable to be this. Then one more thing, Nakshatra Sabha is an astro-tourism campaign, was initiated in Uttarakhand. The name itself is very clear, right? Even the picture shows very reflectively, right? India's first astro-tourism initiative this is. And activities include stargazing, solar observations, astrophotography contests, even the camping and all the things. So from June onwards is getting started. Okay. So initiated at Mussoorie. We are getting done. Then another issue, the New Space India will handle all IRS satellite data and products. So now that you have to coordinate the different aspects. So one is better. So with that intention, NSIL was assigned the task of coordinating all the data related to Indian remote sensing from May 1st onwards. And it's called as Bhoonidhi. There's a term you have to keep in mind. So it's a platform for data dissemination, ensuring accessibility to users. Then one more thing also it is Zimbabwe introduced JIG currency amid this money very much is crisis in Zimbabwe. Inflation is at its heights. So to address this, now they come up with the new currency, the JIG. It's backed by gold reserves. Okay. So how it will tackle, only time will decide. And finally, Nota issue again coming up, none of the above. It so happened in some places that in the last minute, when the withdrawal nomination, once the party candidate withdrawn, then only one left. Then that person get elected automatically. So with that, I think BJP win 2 seats. So before the elections itself. If that be the case, all right. At least a few independent somebody will be there. Then what to do? So in one case, it so happened that the Congress candidate was, whatever be the reason, withdrawn himself. So what to do now? Elections are going to be held. So now the Congress is campaigning for Nota. Okay, vote for Nota. So that if more votes are there, now that case is pending in Supreme Court, right? What is an issue? Last elections, Nota stands as second runner-up, right? Already. Second place it got. If it got in first place, right now, the votes are not taken into consideration. Though counting is there, they are not valid. Okay, valid in the sense for the purpose of electing the candidates. Now, if that be the case, if that is first, can the re-election be held? Okay, is a bigger issue. So definitely, it will impact the Supreme Court judgment on this. Okay, so we have to wait and see on this one. So that's about this. Any doubts? Okay. Any clarifications? That's it? Nice. Thank you very much. Bye. See you tomorrow. Next week, right? So Himabindu mentioned Bharati, Maitri, Dakshin Gangotri. The three, all the names, good. Gopalan case, okay, 300A, right.